Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka 2. The rematch takes place this weekend in the main event of UFC 303. Pereira versus Prochazka 2. And I cannot wait for this light heavyweight championship bout in the light heavyweight division. We got Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight champ currently, versus the number one contender Jiri Prochazka in the light heavyweight division, taking place this weekend, this Saturday, on 2 weeks' notice. These guys are Chads, two of the Chads in the UFC, doing this for the company because Conor McGregor fucked them over badly. But anyways, McGregor pulled out due to a little toe injury. Thank you, Conor McGregor. We'll see you soon. I know I'm going to get some hate for that, but this is a great fight in the light heavyweight division taking place this weekend. And I think we need to not take this shit for granted. Like, it's Pereira, Jiri, they're running it back. Ankalaev should have gotten the shot. Ankalaev wouldn't have done this. He wouldn't have done this for the company. He needs everything on his own terms. And he needs it to be perfect for him. He's not going to step in on short notice. You know? And I know you can say, the Blachowicz fight, though, he stepped in like... He was already scheduled to fight Blachowicz. And they just promoted it to a light heavyweight vacant title bout. He had his chance. He fumbled it. Jiri Prochazka should get this, and he got it. And you can't really get a title shot for being Johnny Walker and Ankalaev. So, my opinion, I got Jiri Prochazka winning this fight. I'll talk about it more towards the end of the video, though. Let me talk about the matchup. Fuck Ankalaev. I got Jiri Prochazka winning this fight. I think he's got this in the bag. I like Alex Pereira. I think he's very good. And I think he has a good chance to beat everyone in the division, would beat everyone to it. And he would obviously beat everyone in the division. I don't know why I'm saying he would have a really good chance. He would beat everyone in the division, in my opinion. I think he would even beat Ankalaev at the moment. I think that he's going to lose to Jiri, though. I think he's going to lose to Jiri Prochazka. I got Jiri Prochazka winning this fight. I think he's too good for Alex Pereira. I think he is, and you might be saying, but the striking, no, what hell, look what happened last time. I think Alex Pereira shouldn't really be proud of that performance. Like, sure, he won against Jiri Prochazka. Got the job done by TKO. Quotation marks. TKO. I don't think he should really be proud of that performance. To be honest with you. I don't think he should be really proud of that. Realistically, that in hindsight, compared to see what Jiri showed up in that fight in form, that was a shit performance from Alex Pereira. Jiri was meant to lose that fight. He came off a war with Glover Teixeira, where he pulled it out at the end, which I also have to mention in this video. This guy always pulls it out the bag. And it ain't coincidence. It ain't a coincidence. He's done it again and again and again against top-level guys. This guy keeps pulling this shit out the bag. But first off, he came off a war against Glover. Had one of the worst shoulder injuries in UFC history. You can see the scars on his shoulder. Alright, worst of all time. And then, so he had a scheduled bout in the rematch against Glover. And he pulled out of a training camp. And then he came back after a year and a half off against an active Alex Pereira. You'd think Pereira would KO him in the first round easily. Jiri was winning 70% of that fight against Pereira and was looking really good in that fight against Alex Pereira with the inactivity he had coming into that fight. Was winning majority of that fight. Now, don't get me wrong. Pereira was chewing up his legs. That is a factor. But Jiri takes the leg kicks. It's a Max Holloway thing. You don't need to check them. He can, but he doesn't need to. It's a calf thing. I don't know what it is. Some people just take leg kicks. Jiri Prochazka's legs shot by Rakic. He took them. This guy takes leg kicks. And he pressures Alex Pereira more this time, which I think he will. I think he's going to catch Alex Pereira and put him away. And I think that's what's going to happen. Jiri Prochazka, I don't even think his mind is towards a world title right now. I think he's just focused on getting the win, any shape or form. And if it's a firefight here, which I think it will be, Jiri Prochazka is going to get it done. Alex Pereira, fair play. He KO'd Jamal Hill in the first round. Beautiful performance by Pereira. Beautiful performance. He easily beat Pereira. He easily beat Jamal Hill and absolutely destroyed him. I kind of wish Hill brought the fight to him a bit. You know? I didn't like it being like an easy win for Pereira. If he was going to fight Ankalaev here, then I probably would pick him to win. But this is Jiri Prochazka. Jiri Prochazka. You know? This guy had a war against Rakic. And you might be saying, oh, the damage though. Rakic was fine. Or Jiri was fine. Jiri was completely fine after that fight. Ready to go at UFC 301 in Brazil. A few weeks after UFC 300. Beat Alexander Rakic. Alright, a good opponent. Rakic is really good. Not at the same level of skill on the feet as Pereira. But they both have similar chin levels, Pereira and Rakic. You know? And they both have, they both have decent, really good leg kicks. Pereira sets it up better, in my opinion. But if we're going to go for leg kick to leg kick, I'd say Rakic hits harder with the legs. I think he chops your legs a lot harder than Pereira does. Pereira does have more power in his hands. So this could be a worry here, in my opinion, for Jiri. Because Pereira does have that power, but it does go away if you put it on him, man. Jiri has a lot of power as well, which is now what I'm starting to realize. I don't know how the fuck Glover took the shots he did. Glover has a granite chin. We all need to admit that now. Rumble Johnson, rest in peace, just hits like a fucking monster. And that is the perfect uppercut to put Glover out cold. Jiri Prochazka, he keeps pulling this shit off. Beat Alexander Rakic, broke Alexander Rakic. This is a 5-rounder, which I think if it goes in those deep waters, goes in the later rounds, it will favor Jiri Prochazka. If this was a full camp, I probably would have picked Pereira. Would have picked Pereira. But I think the circumstances here favor Jiri. Plus, he has power for Pereira to worry about. The pressure is going to be dangerous. Prochazka had a lot of good moments of pressuring back Pereira in the first fight. And beating up Pereira against the cage and shit and landing good shots. And that's him after 1 year and a half off. He just fought, over 2 months ago now? 8 weeks ago? Against Alexander Rakic, same with Pereira. But Jiri had that war. Knows what the war feels like. And Pereira was like, just keep it patient. Left hook. We land it. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Pereira gets it done easily. Not scratch. Jiri knows what the war feels like. I like the look of that for Jiri Prochazka. And I feel like he's going to get the job done over Pereira this weekend. I think people are overlooking Jiri a bit, man. Jamal Hill's very good. Jiri is the most unorthodox guy Pereira has ever faced in MMA. John Strickland, just a boxer, classic style, tricky to figure out. Pereira can beat those guys easily, though. We saw that against Jamal Hill, who's a bit of a boxer. All he does is throw hands. You'll rarely see these guys throw kicks. Jamal Hill and Sean Strickland. Rarely see these guys throw kicks. These guys can break people, have good cardio. You'll rarely see Jamal Hill and Sean Strickland throw any leg kicks or even go for takedowns. They just like to put you away or beat the shit out of you or break you in the later rounds. Israel Adesanya, other than Jiri, is the most unorthodox guy Pereira's ever faced. Now, Yizzy, boxing exchanges-wise, he won it against Pereira and knocked him out cold in the second fight. But the first fight, he was also doing well, winning the boxing exchanges. Pereira won that fight by checking leg kicks and countering them and just landing his own leg kicks here and there and going to the body lots against Israel Adesanya. Could go here to the body against Jiri. Thing is, it's gonna be hard to land on Jiri with his weird style, and he can land on the chin here. I just think Jiri Prochazka, most unorthodox guy he's faced. Blachowicz as well. Alex Pereira fought an old Jan Blachowicz, took it to a split decision. Now, he did lose the first round. And he did get out of it against Blachowicz. Blachowicz is a tricky style, has skill, has one-punch knockout power. But he's just old, a plotty old man at this point, Jan Blachowicz, who just isn't the same. If the Blachowicz that fought Reyes, I think he beats Pereira by KO. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he'll catch Pereira. But the old man, post Glover Teixeira Jan Blachowicz, it just isn't the same anymore. I don't like this. I don't like this for Alex Pereira, man. I don't like this for him. Short notice turnaround. Who's ready for this? Jiri apparently accepted it right away. Alex Pereira accepted it the day before the fight was actually announced. So it was like a week removed of talking about it. Jiri accepted it right away. I like the mentality from Jiri. He wants it more. He wants it more. Jiri wants this shit more, man. He wants it more. There's no other thing to say here. Jiri Prochazka is going to become the fucking world champ this weekend. I'm going to take Pereira's title. I like Pereira, man, but it's just... I just don't see it going well here for him on short notice. Going around Australia, press tours here and there. He's made his fucking money. Headlined UFC 300 main event against Jamal Hill. Made shit tons there. Beat Izzy, got the middleweight title. Had shit tons there. Shit tons there and shit tons there. This guy's made his money. And he's fighting Jiri, who's made the money. Won a title against Glover. But he hasn't made that money. Hasn't had the defenses. Had to vacate his world title. Then lost to Pereira. I think the hunger in that, vacating the world title after winning it in the most epic way of all time, that is going to put a fire in him. Then he lost to Pereira in a bullshit way. Early fucking stoppage. Yeah, Pereira probably would have finished him, but would he though? Jiri probably, he was on full mount, but I feel like Jiri would have rolled out of that and it would have been a scrap. Maybe Pereira would eventually have had him, but it was a shit Jiri that looked good against Pereira, who was active as hell. Active as hell. And Jiri had a war against Glover. It's not like he walked over Glover, then had to vacate. Had a war against Glover. I'm going with Jiri Prochazka. I think he wants it more. I think he can pull this shit off. I think the circumstances here favor him. And I just don't think Pereira, sure he has the left hook, but Jiri can land shots and trick up Pereira and he's so unorthodox, and I think he can just be a bit goofy for Alex Pereira, and I think he'll put away Pereira. And if it's a firefight, oh my god, they're both hurt, Jiri's winning that shit every day. And Pereira's power seems to fade in the later rounds. I know he put away Izzy. Couldn't put him out cold. So I don't want to hear about this Alex Pereira out cold talk anymore. Why didn't you put away Izzy? I get it. he was going to put away Izzy. But put him away. You're landing big hooks on the temple of Izzy. That should knock him out. Sean Strickland gets right back up and away. Jamal Hill right back up and away. After being down and out, but they got back up right away. So I don't think Jiri's gonna get put out cold in this fight. I just don't see it. And I think if Jiri gets dropped, he'll roll around like Ferguson and eventually come back and melt Alex. I'm picking Jiri, man. I think round 1, it's going to be close. Pereira's outlanding him. Maybe Pereira gets a clear first round. Just outlanding him. Landing leg kicks, but they're not quite working, but they're doing all right. Round 2, Jiri starts doing well. Pereira maybe drops him. Pereira's looking great so far. Drops Jiri. Jiri can't really get the shit off like he wants to early. And I think Jiri will rock Alex towards the end. Alex won the round, because he dropped Jiri. And Jiri will start to pour on body shots, pour on elbows, pour on some shit against the cage. Pereira's starting to break badly. This ain't Izzy, who's just going to be at range doing nothing. This is a guy that's going to be coming forward and beating the shit out of you. Round 4, I think he'll put away Pereira with a 1-2 down the pipe and knock Pereira out badly and finish it off. I'm picking Jiri Prochazka. And then we're going to see a trilogy, and then Ankalaev's going to have to fucking fight Jamal Hill, in my opinion. That's what I think he'll do next. I think they're going to do Blachowicz Ozdemir too. And I think, what are they going to do after that in the light heavyweight division? I have no clue. Carl Solberg is out of his fight, obviously. Smith DeLizzi winner, just whatever, useless fight. Meme fight, though. But I think Jiri's got this in the bag. I think he's got it done. If anyone's going to shoot for a takedown, it's going to be Jiri Prochazka. I got Jiri Prochazka. I think he's got this in the bag. I got Jiri. I think he's got this. Pereira, I just don't think will be formed on short notice. I think Jiri's got this in the bag. He wants it more. Man. And I'm just saying, if there's going to be a time where a champion starts to fade, it's now for Pereira. Just had his sick performance against Hill. I think he gets it done. Like, subscribe, thank you for watching. Jiri wins. Peace. You can do Jiri and Ankalaev maybe if he wins, but I say run the trilogy. Ankalaev can fight someone else. Peace.